What is going on, LEGO investors? So today we're going to talk about a set that I absolutely love from a theme I absolutely love. So now I made a few videos on this theme, and yeah, it is just a great theme. Parents love buying these sets for their kids because it's educational, they're great looking display pieces, and they have a history of doing very, very well. So from an investing standpoint, I love this theme, and the previous sets that have came out have just done phenomenal near me. I sadly regret not picking up a ton of these. I really missed out, but times were tough at the time, and the set is just a phenomenal set. And that's a set that came out previously, which we're going to go over for in a second. So I will give my thoughts and opinions on this set. I would absolutely love to hear your thoughts and opinions on this. So please comment down below. It definitely helps the channel and it helps the community. So this theme, as I said, parents love it because it's educational. So that tells me big money is in this theme. You could potentially earn a lot of money. And the set that's coming out is absolutely phenomenal. So let's dive into it. This is the NASA Artemis Space Launch System. So if you're not familiar with this whole Artemis space program, it's pretty much a program that gets us back to the moon, and NASA's trying to put a space station on the moon. And there's 4 Artemis systems or programs, whatever you call it. So we have the Artemis 1. This was an uncrewed flight test of the Space Launch System and the Orion spacecraft around the moon. Then we got the Artemis 2. This will be the first crewed flight test of the Space Launch System and the Orion spacecraft around the moon. And then the Artemis 3. The Artemis 3 will send the first humans to explore the region near the lunar South Pole. And then the Artemis 4. The Artemis 4 debuts the humanity's first lunar space station, a larger, more powerful version of the SLS rocket, and new mobile launcher. So what does this come down to? This basically tells us, and if you're not aware and really been paying attention to what's going on in the world, there is a space race that's occurring because China is going to the moon and other countries are going to the moon, and we haven't been there forever. And we really are in a time right now where things are going to get really, really awesome and really, really interesting because it's beginning to be a space race. We're in the beginning stages, so I encourage everyone to watch videos on it, see what other countries are doing, and see what NASA is doing. And I think overall, everything that goes on will definitely help this set in the long run. I absolutely love this set. I think it's a great display piece. I obviously am not a fan of the rocket color. I mean, I just hate it. I believe, there's no getting around that. It is not an aesthetically pleasing rocket compared to the Saturn V, which we'll take a look at in a moment. So first off, for $259.99, this is a little overpriced. I think this should be a $200 set, maybe max $230, but $260s pushing it. And I think we will see a slight small sale on the NASA themes or sets. They just really don't go on sale a whole lot. But this might be a set maybe if you pick up on a 4X point weekend at the Lego store. But I definitely think this set is going to do very, very well in the long run. So like I said, parents love educational sets for their kids. And this is an educational set and it's a great display piece. So I definitely see this selling in my area for quite a bit of money, and I expect this to sell fairly well when it does retire. So I love the NASA theme, so let's take a look at what other NASA sets are out right now. So we've got the original 2017 NASA Apollo Saturn V. This one retailed for $120, got a value of $160. Absolutely phenomenal pricing. I really regret missing out on the Saturn rockets. I should have just gone hard on these. I should have got 100 of them. I mean, I should have went in credit card debt because in my area, these sell really fast, and the people are selling them for $180 to $200. I'm telling you, when parents really want a educational set for their kids and a toy, it is big money, and these in my area just sell phenomenal. So great price with this one. And then we've got the NASA Apollo 11 Lunar Lander. I love this set. It's not a display piece like the Saturn V, but I still think it is a pretty decent display piece and will sell when the inventory runs out. So if you're not aware, this is a retired set that is still in stock, and it's currently going for $97 on Amazon. I really wish I had money to pick up some of these, but I think this one will do maybe a 20, maybe $30 profit if we're lucky, but most likely a $20 profit if I had to guess. So they're still in stock. They're going to disappear eventually, but hey, who knows? Maybe this one could go crazy in the future. You never know. And then we've got the Women of NASA. This one was $24, got a value of $38. And then we have the newer Saturn V rocket, which was $120 and it got a value of $170. Like I said before, this set has been selling in my area locally for $180 or more, and the people just that have them in stock are just selling a ton. Now this was a unique set and because it came out originally, then they re-released it. So the people that bought the item number 21309 really had to keep a lot of money on the market or on the shelf. And then the newer one just sold a lot better. So that's the risks involved with Lego. You should be aware of that. Lego could release this again. Let's say the space race heats up insane in popularity. They could re-release this again in the future. There's nothing that will prevent them from doing that. And then we got the NASA Mars Science Curiosity rover. This one retailed for $30, which is insane, and it's got a value of $413, a growth of 1,280.1%. Absolutely crazy. And then we have the new Mars rover, which is out right now for retail. I love this set. I am hoping to get a minimum 10 of these because I think it's just a great display piece, and I see maybe a $40 to $50 profit with this set. And then we have the Polybag, which is out right now. This is the smaller Mars rover for $5. I don't think this is going to do good. I tend to avoid Polybags just because they maybe might go up to $8. It's just not worth it. It's not worth the risk to me. But hey, if I picked them up on clearance for like $1.50, then yeah, I would buy some. So what's missing for this list is the International Space Station. I bought a bunch of those. Those have been selling fairly well. I've been selling those for about $90 to $100, and I think I paid $70 for them. So really, I am hooked on the NASA theme, and I don't make a lot of videos about it, which I probably should, just because the older videos just get pushed to the side, and I want people to be aware of this. But I really, really love it because parents love these sets for their kids. Anything educational and a toy is a win in my book. So now really quick, let's take a look at how the Saturn V is doing right now. This one on eBay is doing $149, $180, $185, $199, $149. So online it could be anywhere from $150 to $190, we'll say. But locally, that's where this set shines for me. And then on Amazon, it's doing $209. So definitely selling at a premium. Always be aware that anything on Amazon sells for a premium on the third-party market. So now, in comparison to the Saturn V and this one, I love the Saturn V compared to the Artemis space launch system. It's just more aesthetically pleasing. It was at a greater price, and this was is a phenomenal set. It's huge. It's a win-win. I don't think the Artemis launch system has that going for it. It's more of a display piece. Obviously, the Saturn V is a display piece, but this one has the launch system, which does make it cooler, but it's not as aesthetically pleasing as the Saturn V. I think the Saturn V is absolutely beautiful. I think they did a phenomenal job designing and building this set. In comparison to the two, the Artemis space launch system just doesn't have that. So now, how do I think it will do in retirement? I will probably say I think this set could sell anywhere from $280 to maybe $320. And it really all depends on what we get in the future and really how the space program really heats up. You should really do your research because it's going to get wild in the future. It's really not talked about on the news a whole lot, but really China is making great strides in their space program, and that's where this system is coming, or program, the Artemis program is coming from, because we don't want to miss out on space essentially. So now one thing you should be aware of, this set also comes with a nice little plaque, and it's got the Artemis Block 1 core stage, and then 2 solid rocket boosters, and then the Orion spacecraft. So it's nice we get a nice little spacecraft going on here. It's an added perk. It's not a whole lot going on with it. I don't think it will do that well if you tried to sell individually, but it's just nice that they included it. And then it just comes with some details on, launches, weights, all that stuff. So this is an expensive set. I do not like to invest in sets that are really over $220, but I'm definitely going to pick up one of these. There is a potential I might pick up 5. But I need to see, obviously it hasn't even came out yet. It's coming out May 18th. But we need to talk about this as investors. I want to see your opinions. I hope you want to hear mine. This is what investing is, and we need to begin discussion. So people that keep saying like, "Oh, it's not even out yet. No need to talk about it." We do need to talk about it. That's how you analyze and do research, because you need to pay attention to the trends in the future. Because right now, I think this set is phenomenal, but 6 months, a year down the line, this could be mass produced at every store, going on clearance, not selling, and it might not be a great buy. But I'm going to keep making videos on this, and I appreciate everyone that has been watching, commenting, supporting this channel. I try to get back to all the comments. But as always, please do your own research, have some fun, make some money.
Video is not financial advice. Any statements made are my views and is for entertainment purposes only and should not be taken as financial advice. Do your own research before making any financial investments.